Dave & Buster's Q2 earnings were a bust, revenues have flatlined, margins have shrank, and profits have dropped. The stock is currently sitting at $14.74 at a $500 million valuation. The stock is sitting at an all-time low. Is it a great time to get in this stock now? Is the stock actually cheap? With heavy buybacks and net insider buying, is this company a steal at these levels? So if you haven't seen my previous video, I did this video earlier this year. Dave & Buster's stock, boom or bust in 2025. So this was a couple months ago, 4 months ago. So at the time, Dave & Buster's was selling at over $30. I talk about how it was super overvalued and how their financials were deteriorating, insider buying happening back then, and some stock repurchases, but the stock price was way ahead of itself. And as of right now, the stock selling at $14.74, down over 50% from that video that I posted. There's a lot of people out there that are saying it's half the price now, it's a good time to get in. But before you make that purchase, guys, keep watching this video and maybe I could convince you to stay away from this company because it looks like they're gonna bust. I'll put it in the description below and also in the link at the end of this video, but let's go ahead and see how they're doing after 4 months. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Dave & Buster's. What happened in the past 4 months? Well, the company has aggressively repurchased shares, but doing so by using high financial leverage. We haven't seen these levels since 2020 during COVID times, so the stock is pretty much at an all-time low. I still think this company is a little bit overvalued, and if you want to keep your money safe, there are better companies out there. The fundamentals are deteriorating like crazy on this company. Declining profits, weakening free cash flow, and deteriorating margins, and it could be a super high risk investment. Let's go ahead and pull up the fundamentals. This is the latest Q2 earnings report to your right. Total revenue top line, flat from the previous year, $557 million. No gain, no growth in one whole year. When you take a look at earnings per share, we're currently sitting on 4 consecutive quarters of declining earnings per share. Not looking good, guys. So we got declining profits, declining earnings, deteriorating margins. Margins are down to 41%. It's actually kind of all over the place. When you take a look at 2024, it was going from 20%, 70%, 43%, 42%. So you don't want to be investing in a company with numbers that are all over the place like that. You want to find things that are consistent. This is a big one right here, guys. Free cash flow per share, negative $1.60, down 344%. And the previous quarter before that, down 1,590%. This is a big red flag, guys. Remember, in the long run, a company will usually follow its free cash flow per share, and we are currently sitting on 6 consecutive quarters of declining free cash flow per share. That is not looking good for this company. Just by taking the last 2 quarters down over 1,000% and then down another 300%, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Lastly, go down to net income, posting $11.4 million versus $40.3 million. Down 71% on the latest net income. 4 consecutive quarters of declining net income. Is it over for Dave & Buster's? Can they survive? When you take a look at institutional ownership slowly dropping, for those people who are on the other side of this trade, there is a bright side. When you take a look at insider buying, multiple insiders are purchasing the stock. Everyone from the CEO, multiple directors. Looks like they just hired a new CEO, Lal Tarun. So new CEO for Dave & Buster's. That is the most recent insider purchase, July 22nd, 2025. He purchased over 8,000 shares at $30. He is down 50%, $250,000. He spent $250,000. So you got a bright side there. The CEO is buying and multiple directors. Lots of downgrades. The stock is highly shorted and the insiders only own 3% of the company. Not much at all. Not much at all. The other thing the company is doing for you guys is aggressive share buybacks. Over 476 million shares have been repurchased in the past 2 years. So this signals management's confidence in long-term value, but they are heavily leveraging the balance sheet. Check this out, guys. Financials, we go to the balance sheet. They are down to $12 million in cash. $12 million in cash. Let's just take a look at the annual. So from January of 2023, they had $181 million in cash, all the way down to $12 million. And when you take a look at long-term debt, from 2023, they had $1.2 billion in debt. They added another $600 million in debt. They're almost to $1.9 billion in long-term debt with $12 million in cash left. I don't know if this company could survive, guys. Let's see. Interest expenses. Oof. What are the quarterly interest expenses? So it looks like quarterly they're paying about interest expenses at around 30 million, 35 million. They're going to have to raise more money, guys. I'm telling you, be careful at these levels. So total common shares is slowly coming down, 34 million. They're using debt to buy back their shares, but the shares keep on falling, which means it's bad for their shareholders. Now their liquidity is down to 12 million. I don't think doing those buybacks was a smart move at all. With extremely low cash balances now and high debt, and also remember the free cash flow turned negative. While the valuation might be low compared to some of the peers out there, the balance sheet is at risk, negative free cash flow per share, shrinking margins are all putting red flags for this company. If you are a value-oriented or conservative investor, this is not an attractive opportunity at these levels. The stock could look cheap on some headline multiples, but only if they could raise more cash somehow, pay down some debt, stabilize those margins, return back to growth, free cash flow returns. But as of right now, I am still warning you guys that you should still stay away from this stock. Dave & Buster's, guys, $14.74. Stay far away from this one. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.